Okay, everyone, welcome back to Know Your Rights. I am your host, Dr. Steve, and we're going to pick up where we left off in the first segment, which is a gentleman that I'm going to refer to as of the name Good Citizen. He is the founder of News Now Houston, and what we were talking about is protecting the First Amendment. So what these gentlemen do, and in a couple of minutes, I'm actually going to share a piece of videos. And I'm going to break these shows down in 10-minute segments so they can be posted on the new YouTube channel that I'll announce at the bottom of the screen, too, here shortly. But I want to take you through one particular video that he does in a few minutes, and I'm going to add the video to this recording. But what he does is Good Citizen goes out, films and photographs and videotapes from a public sidewalk, anything that he can see from public. And I know that some of you are going to get the mindset, well, why are they picking military bases or police departments? It's not the point what they're choosing, okay? It's the point that it's your constitutionally protected right to be able to take pictures from a public sidewalk regardless where you are. And what they do in these First Amendment audits is they see the reaction they get from government officials and law enforcement. And I got to tell you, folks, some of the reactions I've seen are disturbing. I've watched David. I let the cat out of the bag there, folks. I'm going to try to edit that out. I watched this man get arrested on a couple of different occasions for doing nothing more than taking pictures from a public space and standing on the law and asserting his rights to not have to identify himself for not breaking a law. Now, Good Citizen is actually in Texas. Texas, among many other states, are not a stop and ID state. So the only way that law enforcement can force you to identify yourself is if you've been legally arrested for a crime. There are many other states, and I'll try to post the list of what the state laws are. In certain states, you can be legally detained and have to produce identification. Which, by the way, legally detained, folks, means that you've either committed a crime, been suspected of committing a crime, or are about to commit a crime. Other than that, you are not required in any way, shape, or form to identify yourself. So back to Good Citizen. He's taking video of a county jail. And you'll see in the video, there's really nothing to see there. It's a brick building. He's nowhere near the building in any way, shape, or form. And before some of you actually start making your comments about, well, he could be doing what these police say, that, you're putting my officers' lives in danger, etc. The absurdity of that with things like Google Earth today, come on, don't give me any of that stuff. I could get more information on any military base, police department, any other government facility from Google Earth than I'm ever going to obtain from a public sidewalk with a video camera. So, you're going to hear a lot in some of these videos if you go and research them, which I'm going to encourage you to do. And this is one of my favorites. In today's day and age. What do you mean in today's day and age? We've been going through this stuff for decades. It's never changed. Benjamin Franklin was really pretty clear that those that would give up essential liberty for security deserve neither liberty nor security. And he's right. There's always going to be a boogeyman out there. There's always going to be a drag in the sleigh, folks. I don't want to hear this stuff that, we're doing it for the safety and the security of the people. Police officers carry guns. They wear bulletproof vests. They've got the government on their side. They shouldn't be afraid of people with cameras. What have the police been telling us all this time? That if you don't have anything to hide, then what are you worried about? Well, now that the tables have turned and the Supreme Court has ruled on many different occasions that it is absolutely a constitutional right for a citizen to film anything they can see from a public space, now all of a sudden they don't like the access of filming. But when they were filming us and we objected, what did they tell us? Well, if you got nothing to hide, what are you worried about? Well, in today's day and age, we have to be very, very careful what the government does with our information because they misuse it. Okay, and one of the things that you're going to find out here with Good Citizen is the simple fact, you know what, I think I'm just going to say it. If he gets mad at me, I'll delete the show because he gives his name in several different videos. His name is David. I'm sorry, David. I can't do the Good Citizen thing, man. It's killing me. So anyway, one of the things that happens here is as he's taking these pictures, police come out that are supposed to know the law. Now, they either pass the audit or they fail the audit. Sometimes it's a little bit rough in between. But as you'll see from David, from News Now Houston, the simple fact is he's courteous the entire time until it's time not to be courteous. You know, if people were twisting your arm and poking on you and pushing you around, wouldn't you push back a little bit? You know, police officers work for us, folks. They are not the end-all, be-all, and just because they wear that badge does not give them any special authority over the citizens. They're supposed to be there to serve and protect the citizens. And I really haven't seen a lot of that going on lately. And what these guys try to point out, and I agree with them 100%. I've said this for a long time, that bad police officers are what put good police officers in harm's way. And it's the bad ones that has changed the way that society looks at law enforcement as a whole. You know, you literally have people out there killing cops now. That's not by accident, folks. It's the people getting fed up. And by the way, the media doesn't help with their bias. They're trying to keep us all divided so we hate each other, so we can't unite. But I got to tell you, they're supposed to be there to protect your rights. And I don't like it when bad cops put good cops in harm's way. It upsets me. So in the next segment, I'm going to be playing a video. This video is 25 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to take a couple of key portions of it, and then I'm going to stop and kind of, narrate my thoughts through the entire process. But the man has done nothing wrong. And when you start hearing some of the excuses from this police officer to simply try to get him to identify himself, is just completely absurd. If you haven't watched the news over the last several years, a lot of times police officers will get your personal information, not because they feel threatened, but to find out who you are and where you live so they can intimidate you and harass you. It's been proven time and time again. And the way that the government treats our information, what ends up happening is your information could be sent to the Fusion Center, okay, the Intelligence Division, to Homeland Security, and guess what? The next thing you know, you're on a terrorist watch list. You can't buy a gun. You can't fly on an airplane. You can't take a bus. You can't cross into Mexico or Canada because you were taking pictures of a damn building from a public sidewalk. Sorry, guys, that is completely absurd. And it's definitely time that we stand up and protect our rights. And I'm coming up on the break here. I'll be back in a few minutes. Again, my name is Dr. Steve, and this is Know Your Rights.